Welcome to WeLearn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 13, International Compensation Management. Topics which we are going to cover in this session are international compensation, approaches to international compensation design, issues related to repatriation, cultural issues, concept of variation. So let's discuss first what is international compensation. In the context of business, the term internationalization or globalization refers to going worldwide with respect to scope or application. Globalization has enabled a free flow of information across nations, influencing the market and the people. People are getting more aware of availability of different kind of products and services which would make their lives more comfortable. Companies, on the other hand, are trying to relocate their production facilities to those countries where the labor costs are low. Companies also established their offices and sales outlet in other countries to capture the existing market of that region. The term expatriate refers to the citizen of the country where their organization is headquartered. Compensation design, both for the local country nationals and for the expatriates, is a big challenge. Organizations have to strategically frame the compensation policies, failing which they might end up spending too much on labor and in turn defeating their business goals. In case of long term assignments, organizations need to design a suitable compensation package. Next are the components of international compensation. The components of international compensation vary across the organizations or countries. In case where the international assignment are for short durations, say for 3 to 5 years, it may be wise to keep the base salary aligned with salaries in the home country. This makes the transition back to the home countries less complicated as major changes to the salary structure need not to be made. Next are the non-monetary compensation benefits for expatriates are normally made compatible with the home country, though sometimes organizations align them with the country-specific practices. The employee should not feel dissatisfied comparing themselves to their other expatriates working in French companies. Multinationals also provide the following extra benefit for expatriates: vacation and special leave benefit, annual home leave usually provide airfares for families to return to their home countries. Emergency provisions are usually available in case of the death or illness in the family. Employee in hardship location often received additional leave expenses, payment or rent and rehabilitation periods until they get acclimatized with the new place. Next are the taxation. An assignment abroad can mean that an Indian employee who is a US expatriate is taxed both in India and in the USA. The dual tax cost combined with all of the other expatriates' cost makes some US multinational think twice about making use of expatriates. According to Jack Welch, the former CEO of GE, the aim in a global business is to get the best idea from everyone everywhere. In Japan, the size of the organization or degree of unionization, capital labor ratio, degree of global competition, and the profitability play a major role while designing employee compensation. In Hungary and in the US, political, economic, and industrial forces are more important in organizational compensation decisions. Next are approaches to international compensation design. There are two main approaches in designing international approach. These are going rate approach and the balance sheet approach. The going rate approach involves the design of compensation based on the market rate at the host country. The balance sheet approach provides for extra financial benefit to the expatriates to adjust themselves in the host country with respect to their living standards. Next are going rate approach. The basic characteristic of this approach is linking the compensation of the expatriates to the compensation structure in the host country. The approach relies on survey comparison of local, national with expatriates. The basic characteristic of this approach are linking the compensation of the expatriates as per the compensation structure in the host country. The survey comparison are carried out among local nations, expatriates of same nationality, and the expatriates of all nationalities. Now, following are the advantages and disadvantages of going rate approach. Advantages are equity with local nationals, and disadvantages variation between assignment for same level of employee working in two different countries. And the advantage is simplicity and identification and equity among host nations. Disadvantage is variation between expectations of the same nationality in different countries, potential re-entry problems. The balance sheet approach. The basic objective behind this approach is to keep the expatriate whole through maintenance of home country living standard plus a financial inducement to make the package attractive. Home country pay and benefits are the foundations of this approach, where adjustment to home package are made to balance the additional expenditure in the host country. The major categories of payment incorporated in the balance sheet approach are goods and services, home country outlays for items such as food, personal care, clothing, household furnishing, recreation, transportation, and medical care. Next is the housing allowance, which include major costs associated with the housing in the host country. Advantages of balance sheet approach are ensure equity between assignments, ensure equity between expatriates of same nationality, and easy to communicate. Whereas disadvantages are it can result in great disparities, complex to administrator, it may prove difficult to attract human capital. Next are the issues related to repatriation. The term repatriation refers to bringing the employee who are on an international assignment back to the home country. It is very important to manage repatriation of employee in the very careful way. A poorly managed repatriation can lead to the feeling of frustration and cynicism in the employees. Next is it requires transparency in repatriation policy, sharing information on the career progression, path, degree and support from the organization during the international tenure and so on. Many organizations develop and share documented guidelines with respect to overseas assignment. so that the employee understand the rules and regulation and also know what to expect. The move abroad is usually exciting, involving a promotion or at the very least an increase in peer status. The employer will be chosen from a particular skill set which are generally appreciated by the new team as an asset. Most companies provide no post assignment guarantees, and this has a dual impact on the employee. Next are the cultural issues. International compensation design also require consideration of cultural makeup of the respective countries. Most important among the cultural issues are collectivism and individualism, recognition of individual merit and giving rewards uh, accordingly cannot be allowed because of their collectivist culture. Cultural difference, both between and within the country, assume paramount importance while designing international compensation. Next are the concept of variation. Variation in international compensation refers to the presence of heterogeneity in wage related laws in respective countries. In some countries, a uniform set of compensation related labor laws are applicable. Such variation obviously influence the compensation design, particularly with respect to multinational organizations. Now, in the last, there are a few questions which are based on this session. First question is, explain the concept of international compensation. Explain the going rate approach. That's all for this session. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.